Hi. When you're focused on the outcome, when you're focused on, I want to book, I want to book a lead role, I want to book a TV show, those are, in a way, you focusing on selling, you focusing on making money, you focusing on things that are not related to your artistic process, right? They're coming from here. They're result oriented, right? So what happens when you go for those roles, which you might get to, by the way, but for those goals, that you might actually accomplish, is that you'll end up being depleted at the end of the year. Your cup won't be filled. Going for those things, because they're goals set from your mind, from your head, they will not fulfill you. And the reason you may take those goals is because you're still in that mindset of, oh, this didn't work well, I want more from the outside. Not realizing that, again, when you do that, you're disappearing yourself. You're not taking yourself into the equation, right? When you start doing the work of being present, of undoing your resistance, undoing your wiring, your programming, your conditioning, so that you can show up, you, the authentic you, so that you can be present, open, and alive, you start being capable of having goals that come from your heart. And goals that come from your heart do not look like, I want to book a series regular. That's not a goal that comes from your heart. And you're an artist, so it's really important that you make sure that that instrument of yours is open, alive, instinctive, present, so that you can hear your heart. If you're not able to be your heart, you're into that rat race that you've been conditioned to be in, which is to get things from the outside as if those things are going to fill my cup. None of those things are going to fill your cup, because they have nothing to do with you. They're just things. They're just gadgets out there. They have nothing to do with your experience, your daily experience of being here, of being present, of enjoying your experience, right? So, of course, the reason why you make those goals that are coming from your head is because we've all been conditioned that way. We've all been conditioned to achieve things that are outside of us. And by doing that, you bypass yourself. You bypass your heart, your soul, your instrument, your true self, your authentic self, call it whatever you want, but you're not in the equation because you've disappeared yourself, right? So I want to make sure that you're aware that in order for you to walk into 2022 in the craziness that this pandemic has brought to us for the last 2 years, where everything is constantly changing, where everything is unknown, everything is uncertain, the work to do and the opportunity for you is to solidify you being here, your presence, your being open, alive, and present, instinctive, free, authentic. When you are in that place, you happen to hear your heart, and you happen to actually want goals that sound very different from, I want to book a blah, 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 and I want to work for this show, and I want to get a lead role in whatever. Again, those are sales-oriented goals. What you want are your heart-oriented goals, because they will fulfill you, and you will be unstoppable when you plan to fulfill on them, right? So if I'm into my body again, if I've undone all of that resistance, if I've woken up my instrument to be my true self, then I can connect with my heart. Then I can be in touch with, what kind of stories do I want to tell? What kind of stories matter to my heart? That is so much juicier for you to experience than, I want to book a series regular. That is actually what it feels like. I want to book a series regular. It's a desperate attempt to get some juice from the outside. And you cannot get some juice from the outside. Your juice comes from you, from your connection to yourself. It doesn't come from your connection to other people. It comes from you, right? So when I can connect, when I can hear myself again, because I've unconditioned myself, because I've reset myself to actually be here, alive, present, instinctive. I'm in my heart. I'm in my body. I'm in my instrument. then I know what kind of stories move me. And to just think about them fills my cup. I am fulfilled just to pursue those stories. I am fulfilled just to look for those characters. I am fulfilled just to reach out to those type of directors or producers or casting directors, because I'm not doing it for the opportunity. I'm doing it because it feeds my soul. And so I'm unstoppable, because if I'm coming from that heart place, I'm not asking, right? I'm not asking to get from the outside. I'm here to offer myself for those stories, because that's the only thing I can do, because that's my truth. So you're giving yourself, which is so much juicier than coming and being desperately wanting to book a role. People feel that. You feel that. Who cares what they feel? You feel that. When you are showing up to fill up your wallet or your IMDB, you're depleting your instrument. You may have a full IMDB and you may have a full wallet, and you will feel like shit, because you will not be there. You will have disappeared. You will have left your body, right? So make sure when you look into 2022 that you're not aiming for these crazy outcome goals that will give you the medals and the success badges or the IMDBs or the dollars. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the IMDB and the dollars, right? But they're just a consequence. Sure, it's fun to have money. Sure, it's fun to spend it. But it's just a consequence of what actually fills your cup, is for you to show up open-heartedly, not conditioned, unprogrammed, unwired. You to show up like you and go, this story is what I wanted to, that's what I want to say. As an artist, it's so crucial that you guys do not show up shallow, begging and drooling for the jobs, but that you show up full with something to give, right? And the industry and all the, all the things that you have to do as an actor will kind of sidetrack you in that direction to accomplish all these things and book, more, and do this and do that. Oh my God, what a rat race. That you can, by the way, do very effectively and feel completely empty, completely burned out, completely depleted at the end of the year. And that's not what I wish for you. We have so many of those actors who come to us and who are successful and who are like, oh, I feel so sad. I feel so miserable. It's just horrible. The work is not, booking the work is not what you're looking for. It's not what your real self is looking for. Your authentic self, your deep self is looking for something so much more juicier, so much more in connection to you. Okay? So how do you plan on doing that? Well, make sure you land back into you. Make sure you give up on all those illusions that are supposed to make you happy out there. Make sure that you land back into your godly instrument, into your sourceful, energetic, beautiful, remarkable, outstanding human being that you are. Make sure you undo all of that conditioning, all of that wiring, all of that resistance that prevents you from even being inside of you, and that's making you like looking for oxygen everywhere else but inside of yourself. Right? Make sure you start by that. Make sure you start by that. When you're there, then you'll know what you want to go for. That will give you juice. It's just to go for it. It will give you juice. It won't deplete you. Right? And that's how you thrive. That's how you show up in meetings. That's how you show up with agents and casting directors and on your tapes. That's how your vibe sweats through the screen. That's how your vibe becomes magnetic, because you're here with a full heart, because you're here as an artist, not as a beggar, not as a salesperson, just wanting people to like you and love you and give you work. No, that is not going to fulfill you. That's going to deplete you. So make sure you go back into this, right? Because you will become magnetic, right? It won't be about your ego anymore. It'll be about your heart and what you have to offer. And people are very attracted to that. Casting directors love that. They want real human beings. They don't want professional, well-trained, efficient actors. They want people who look like humans, who look like true, authentic humans who have feelings. That's what they're hunting for. That's what they'll rewrite for. That's what they'll change the race for, and the gender, and the size, and the everything. Right? It happens so many times in our community that people come in and do a tape for something, but they might not be the type, but the casting director and the director is so mad and crazy and interested in them that they'll rewrite so that they can hire them for something else, for something better, for something longer, for anything. They have to work with them. And that's what is fulfilling to you, to show up as you. The booking is just a result. It's a consequence. So I want you to consider making those goals. First one being you actually have to be in yourself, right? Land in there. When you land in there, then you're going to start to be purposeful and soulful and want things from your heart and show up from the heart, not show up for your wallet or for your ego or to be liked. That is not what anyone is looking for, and it's not fulfilling for you at all. It'll deplete you. Send us a DM, send us some questions. We'll send you the free training, the free instinctive actor training, and you can start, walking into 2022, into the 2022 storm as the heart and the eye in the storm, right? So that no matter what happens, you are fulfilled, and you show up how you're meant to show up, and you create everything that you're doing. You're not trying to rob other people for their energy, for their validation, for their love. You are showing up as the true powerhouse that you are. And that's how you thrive in 2022. The results won't even matter. They'll happen, by the way. But that's just a consequence in such a detail compared to you showing up in your heart. All right. Well, it was a pleasure to be connected to you guys for this January series. Again, if this resonates, DM us, send us a message, and we'll send you the free training, The Instinctive Actor, and we'll get in touch and we'll talk about working together. Okay, thank you. Bye.